I've had a bit of a buying spree on eBay of needles just lately, and I think I've said before, I'm always on the lookout, although I don't look all the time. But I was just decided idly to look through the needles on offer about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and found 3 lots that were of interest. One was a packet of miniature needles for the Marconi radiogram upstairs. But these other 2 just struck me as very interesting lots. Songster collar needles. Now, I'd never seen these before, but they advertise themselves as being the loudest made. And as I've said before when we've been talking about needles, the heavier and thicker and more substantial the needle, the louder the noise it makes. These collar needles, I'll open the packet in a second to show you one, have an integral metal collar around, and I've not yet tried one, so this might be an opportunity. The other is a fairly bog standard thing in a way, but oops, sorry about that, but it's a lovely example. Songster needles, lovely quality needles, a box of loud tone needles. Now, these boxes change hands on eBay for a lot of money, and I've bought a very nice needle box here in nice order, a bit worn, but they generally are, but not rusty and not scratched. And it's got all the needles in, so that's a double bonus. Use once only. So I'll open those up and just show you. I'll pause for a second. Just as well, I paused operations there because we've just had a long clock striking session. So when you open these needles, see the liner is still in, the paper liner, and look how lovely and bright and shiny those needles are on the inside of the tins, spotless. So that's what new needles should look like, not these rusty things that you often see on sale on eBay. Now this is one of the collar needles. Now, I've learned from experience not to hold it too close to the camera, otherwise you can't see. But look at that. Now, what I'm going to do is try one of these needles for our Cheery tune today. So I shall just insert it in the sound box and be back with you in a moment. I've installed the needle, and actually, once it's fitted in the needle holder there, get in focus, that's it. The collar is sort of flush with the bottom of the needle holder. So we've ended up with a very short, stubby needle. So let's see what happens. Now, I've chosen to play this record. It's a band we've had before. It's called the Blackbird Hop, Jack Harris and his Orchestra, and that's the band that crows about an association with John Wells, the world dancing champion, and those words are on this label as well. So there we are, Blackbird Hop. Let's see how loud it is. Well, that was certainly loud. My word, I've never heard such a loud noise from a gramophone before. So they do the job. Why would anyone buy a very loud needle like that? Well, of course, if you've got a big gramophone in a public hall and you want to have a village dance or something, you want something that's going to belt out some noise. Don't you think it's remarkable that a machine like that can produce all this sound with no electricity involved? All the power to generate that sound is coming from that main spring in that motor. Right, well, I shall not use those needles on a regular basis. I shall save them for high days and holidays, and perhaps the odd garden party outside. I hope you've enjoyed that anyway. All the blackbirds in the neighbourhood have flown and left, and some more soot down the chimney. See you tomorrow.